Car chases are dangerous and unpredictable. Viewer discretion advised.
We are following breaking news now. You are seeing the pursuit of this white van. This is a stolen van. Now, this actually started around 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County. The LAPD picked up the pursuit. Unfortunately, there was a crash around the pursuit that involved an LAPD officer. So they stopped chasing this white van. It was picked up again. That driver was deemed just too reckless, so they pulled back once again, and now they are back after the driver in this white van. Again, it's been going on for about 5 hours, if you can believe that. Again, this is a stolen white van. Right now, what you're looking at is the westbound 118 in the Pacoima area. And you can see that van is really moving in the fast lanes. You can see those speeds there up in the right corner of your screen. It's going well over 100 miles an hour. It's so dangerous, as we often talk about. People that are on the roadway don't realize this pursuit is happening, and that van is coming up so fast behind them. You know, you look in your rearview mirror, no one's there. You start to change lanes, and that van is right there on you. So this can always be a very dangerous situation. Officers often say, though, that it is better to have a pursuit on a freeway where everybody's heading in the same direction and you don't have pedestrians than it is to have a pursuit on those surface streets. But this also means no spike strips and no pit maneuvers. So again, we are watching as this driver is going at an excessive rate of speed, nearly 100 miles an hour, changing lanes frequently here on the 118. Oh, that was a close call there. You saw that white van swerve, as well as that I guess goldish looking color SUV that was there. Again, you know, we were just saying how dangerous it is because that van is going so fast. People don't expect it coming up that quickly behind them. It is now changing lanes, trying to get between these cars, but certainly a dangerous situation here on the 118. You don't see those cruisers close behind, which is what alerts people to know that there is something going on and that they need to be aware. So people are just driving along, almost 1:30, maybe finishing up their lunch break, and this white van just comes barreling quickly behind them. And now it's moved all the way over to the right lanes, may in fact be attempting to get off of the 118. It looks like it is going to get off the 118 right now. Again, this van is stolen. They have been on the run since 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County, now in the Pacoima area, and they are getting off. We're going to see what happens here as they get to this next road here. I'm trying to see, it looks like Rinaldi Street, and they are making a wide turn here. And again, this changes everything because now officers have a better opportunity to use a spike strip. And if the conditions are appropriate, they can actually attempt a pit maneuver. We're watching now. This white van is stopped behind a truck that probably has no idea that police are after this white van here, as the stolen van is about to make a turn here. I believe this is on Rinaldi at this point. Again, making a wide turn and picking up speed quickly here. And, you know, when someone's been on a run here for 5 hours, you just don't know how desperate they are and what they are willing to do. But this van is really moving out. Looks like they're on the wrong side of the road here, trying to get around those cars, and just going extremely fast on this road here. At one point, it was up to 100 miles an hour. This is Reseda Boulevard, and it is just so dangerous. It's tough to see a car going this fast, and those other drivers have no idea that this van is here. This is already in the Porter Ranch area. I mean, this van just moving out, coming to an intersection, slowing down a bit here to make this turn. This is Reseda and Chatsworth now. And again, you can see the van just picking up speed. And we have not seen a cruiser behind this van, but I think it's just because of the shot that we're getting here from SkyCal. But we do know that the cruisers are after this white van. Again, this is the third time that they have picked up this pursuit since it started at 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura. We can see that van going on the wrong side of the road, blocked here a little bit by the tree here as it gets to another intersection, making a left here, and again, picking up the pace We can see every time they make those turns, I mean, the speed just picks up immediately. Now, we have not heard if there's anyone else in this van along with the driver. It's been really tough to see inside. The windows are looking pretty dark there. And now this van is up on Wilbur. Again, this is stolen, starting all in Ventura County this morning, more than 5 hours ago. And this person very desperate to get away, picking up the speeds every chance they can. This is very reckless, so dangerous for anyone out there on the roadways that's unaware of this pursuit that's happening. Again, picking up the pace there, going nearly 80 miles an hour here on where it looks like we're at Devonshire and Tampa Avenue at this point. And wow, making another aggressive turn here. There are other cars there. Unfortunately, there's been no accident at this point, but again, just picking up the pace. Another car over there on the side, unaware what's going on, just that someone is going very fast next to them. And this person is going around in the center lane there. Wow. Picking up close to 80 miles an hour now at this time. This is on Tampa right now. And look, traffic stopped there. This van just blowing through that intersection. It is so dangerous to see this happening because that van is just going so fast. This is a large vehicle, and you just know the damage that could happen if this fast-moving van crashes into another car. We're watching this as this van just continues to do everything they can to get away from officers. Another busy intersection here. You see all those cars stopped in this van, going around those cars, going through the intersection. This, I believe, was a red light. All those other cars were stopped there, but this van not stopping and hasn't stopped in hours, keeping police on their toes as this is just flying through this roadway here. Very dangerous, going over 70 miles an hour here. A little bit of open roadway here on Tampa Avenue right now at 1:30 almost on a Wednesday afternoon. A lot of folks just, you know, running errands on a hot summer day, and this car just really driving reckless and very erratic and very fast. And this, I believe, is on Nordhoff Way, I believe, at this point, going extremely fast again. I mean, picking up the pace around 80 miles an hour again. It is just unbelievable to see someone going so fast. And, you know, at some points, it looks like they're struggling to keep control of this van at these speeds. Again, this is a stolen van that they've been driving for hours since 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County. Oh, pulling into a gas station right now, perhaps just trying to get out. Oh, it looks like it stopped. Underneath that canopy, it's hard to make out. There's someone there, and wondering now if this person's getting out of the car trying to lose officers, or if this was just an attempt to get past that intersection. But that driver still trying to get out of the area here. Fortunately, no one is out there. Not sure what this person is attempting to do here, but we do know that they are under that cover of the canopy, and the airships of law enforcement as well as SkyCal can't exactly see. Okay, there it is poking out. Looks like it tried to turn around. Hard to say what they are doing at this point. Looks like maybe just trying to lose officers going through a parking lot here. Hard for me to make out there, but you see that LAPD chopper there overhead. And we do have an officer, retired lieutenant from Riverside PD joining us. Chuck Griffiths, you're joining us on the phone here as we are watching this driver in the white van doing some unusual kind of circles there in that gas station, and we see the cruisers close behind. Certainly a dangerous situation. We just saw that cruiser back up a bit. Are you watching along with us?
I am. I'm watching that white van probably trying to hide from the helicopter at this point.
Okay, so it sounds like you might be a little behind us with your feed, but we are watching as this white van has gotten out of that gas station area and is back on the road at extremely high rate of speed, going 70 miles an hour through these intersections. It's unclear what they were trying to do, but maybe try to lose police, but police were there. And so often we see a cruiser there that seems to move out of the way. Perhaps you can explain to our viewers why officers do that and don't actually block the driver in.
Well, Well, they don't want to force a situation where the driver of the van or driver of the vehicle crashes into them and pushes, it turns it into a deadly force situation. If they ram the police car and the unit's backed out of the way, then it's solely on the occupant of the van. If they happen to be in the way and are blocking the van, then it kind of muddies the waters as far as what action they can take next. They don't do barricades like you see in the movies where they block intersections and shoot at the cars as they approach. They don't do that kind of thing. The only kind of contact officers can make is with the pit maneuver, and that's usually through an authorization from a supervisor.
And maybe you can talk a little bit about, looks like they just threw out a spike strip there, and we'll have to see if it actually did any damage to the tires of this van that they've been chasing for quite some time. Now, the spike strips are probably going to be their best attempt because this is a larger vehicle that they would actually have to do that pit maneuver on.
Right. The size of the vehicle, the shape is basically the van, but size of the vehicle, unless it's a bus or a large truck, really doesn't matter. The spike strips, a good technique, is going to let the air out of the tires slowly so it doesn't make the tires explode and they lose control. So we'll see as this goes along as the tires deflate. And as you've seen many times before, they usually disintegrate if they drive too long on them.
Yeah, and it did look like it was a successful attempt, but again, as you mentioned, time will tell if we start to see those tires just go flat and then eventually shred. We're also, been trying to look inside. We've got all these dark windows. It's unclear how many people are in this van, but certainly someone who's very desperate. They've been eluding officers since 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County. And, there's been a lot of reckless driving. It seems like they are very desperate to get away. And we don't know what this person could be wanted for other than the stolen van.
Right, and that's always typical with the pursuits. You don't know what's in the van. You don't know what they've done. You know right now that the van is stolen, but, they may be kidnapped suspects. They may be robbery suspects, even murder suspects. And you don't find that out until after you have them into custody.
Now, it looks like we're seeing a little... I'm sorry there, Lieutenant. It looked like there was a little smoke coming from the tires now. It looks as though, those tires are flat. Someone's going to get out and start running. We see this man running now, and you're just wondering how close those officers are. Of course, they have their helicopter up above, just like we do, and this could be very dangerous as this person runs to a gas station. You're hoping that no one has left the keys in their car at that gas station, and whether or not this person will be able to get in. We're watching those cruisers arrive right now at that gas station. This, again, is in Northridge at Tampa Avenue and Rinaldi Street. I could not see if that person ran into the store. I'm looking. Looks like they're still trying to maybe walk around. I'm not sure if we can see the images a little farther back now, and it's hard to see exactly where that person went to. There were a few people out front that were, I wonder if they got into this car. Oh, boy. It looks like maybe this driver has been able to get into another car, something I was afraid of. Looks like a white BMW that they jumped in. People are, pumping gas. They have no idea that this person is coming up. We don't know if this person had a weapon, if they carjacked the person, just took the car, or if somebody left the keys in the car. Maybe they were even still pumping gas. But this driver is continuing now in that white BMW, picking up speeds well over 100 miles an hour. This is at Tampa Avenue, still in Northridge, and this pursuit is not coming to an end anytime soon as they are in a new car. And we don't know if this person had just gassed up or if they were low on gas, so that'll certainly be telling as time goes if they have a lot of gas in the tank here.
Yeah, that's going to be our only hope, is that they hadn't put any gas in it yet. They need gas. But this is a high-performance vehicle, and it's a whole new dimension to this pursuit now. My guess is that they're going to have the ground units back off and have the helicopter trail and monitor them until he gets to a point where he stops. The one thing that strikes me strange is that they pursued him in this area for most of the day, other than the venture from Ventura. and he seems to stay in this area. So I think if he's trying to get away, he would have dumped the van when the officers weren't with him and been on his merry way. But it almost appears that he is enjoying this pursuit and baiting the officers into more pursuit.
Yes, and just picking up the speed as soon as he can. He was going 90 miles an hour. It is just, it's tough to watch this as he's on, the wrong side of the road at times in the center lane, going so fast, 90 miles an hour. This is on Lassen Street, and wow, this is so dangerous for folks that just have no idea what is coming up behind them so fast, and this is just really tough to watch.
Yeah, and that's the scary part of backing the police cars off, is that nobody hears the siren, nobody sees the lights, nobody knows that this guy is going to blow through the red light. With the helicopter, he's up high, he's watching it. It's kind of terrifying. This guy's still running as if there's a police car right on his tail.
Exactly, and oftentimes when they're not on the tail, they do slow down, but not this guy. This is just so dangerous, and I was really hoping that he was just going to make a run for it and not jump into another car, but unfortunately, not only did he jump in another car, but he jumped into a car that can go quite fast. And again, we just wonder. We're showing our viewers now on the right side of your screen the moment that he did jump out of that white van. They were able to get a good spike strip down, and those tires had already gone flat. And you watch here as this man runs to the gas station. It's a little hard to see at the time because of the canopy, but it looks like that BMW is right there on that left there pump. And I was hoping he was just going to keep running, but unfortunately he was able to jump in that car. We were not able to see the moment that he jumped in because of that canopy that is blocking SkyCal from actually seeing it, but you quickly could tell they were then after that white BMW. You can see that.
I think he went in there with the idea of getting another car, and that brings up another point: is when you're doing things like that, pumping gas, if you're taking groceries out of your car in your driveway, anything, keep the keys out of the car. Don't leave the car available. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, this is a 1 in 40-year opportunity, but you just got to prevent these things, especially if you have your kids in the back seat.
Well, and
hopefully there's nobody else in the car.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and you just really hope no one is in that car with him at this point, because we just don't know. We don't know if he had a weapon. We don't know if he forced himself into the car with that driver or what's happening. I mean, we're assuming that he's behind the wheel, but he could have someone at gunpoint behind the wheel. We just don't know. Those windows, again, tinted so dark we can't see inside the car. We don't know if anyone else is in the car with him or if he is alone in this. And I know that, you may be listening to some type of a scanner, but we don't know if they are talking about maybe the owner of this car has been left behind or what happened at that gas station.
Yeah, I don't have the scanner on, but yeah, it's all kinds of possibilities. You don't know who this car belonged to and who they had sitting in the car with them.
Yeah, it's just so dangerous to see how fast he is going, and those cruisers are not too close behind, so you would hope that that would slow him down a bit, but we are certainly not seeing that. He is weaving between the traffic. There are cars out there. It's 1:39 on a Wednesday afternoon, people just cruising around on a hot summer day, and this driver just flying through their neighborhood and through those intersections. Now there is a looks like a unmarked white vehicle that is close behind there, and this car just really just going 100 miles an hour. This is on Mason Avenue in Chatsworth. This is just so dangerous to see.
Absolutely. Even under the best of circumstances, 107 or 108 miles an hour on the residential streets is not a good speed.
Oh, he's going on the wrong side of the road at this point too, trying to get around those cars. And at a speed like this, it's going to be, he's way over on the other side of the road. This is just so dangerous to see this happening. And at a speed like this, it's going to be tough to get any spike strips out there in time to get him to run over those. And really another aggressive turn here on Van Owen Street. Slowed down a bit, at least for now, but we're starting to see more traffic on the roadways at this time of day.
Yes, and as you know, it's only going to get worse as far as traffic.
Yes.
The hope would be that he gets to where he thinks he's safe and he drops the car and jumps out. Or gets on the freeway where the speeds aren't as critical with all the cross traffic and traffic coming at you.
Oh, he's going 94 miles an hour here on Van Owen Street. And it's so dangerous because we know people aren't expecting anyone to be on that road going that fast, coming up so quickly behind them.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to avoid a crash when a car's coming at you that quickly. And that's the dangerous part of these pursuits is people just don't know that it's coming. And I've seen it so many times where cars are going through the intersection and just get hit without any idea of what's going on.
Exactly. We're seeing another intersection here. We're blocked a little bit by the tree, but it does look like crossing over Topanga Canyon at this point, actually making a left there on Topanga Canyon. This is in Canoga Park now. The BMW just still going very fast, a little slower than he has been going, but we're seeing more traffic there and cars there at the intersection, and he's just barreling through that intersection, cutting off a car there. And it's just amazing that no one's been hit because he is just really so reckless going on the wrong side of the road. It's really scary to watch a car going so fast on these streets.
Yeah, and the hopes is that he continues in one direction and they can get to a point where they can put spike strips out ahead of him. The hardest point is, or hardest part of that is predicting where he's going to be going. If he gets into a neighborhood and starts making turn after turn, then yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other cars out there, so they're going to have to get to a point where there is not a lot of other traffic there. Again, he's on the right side of the road in that turning lane, but then making a right turn onto Irwin Street. This is, again, in Canoga Park and picking up the speed again here, going through another intersection, Glade Avenue, but picking up the pace, going 80 miles an hour here on Irwin Street in Canoga Park. Such a dangerous time of the afternoon. So many people out right now on a summer Wednesday afternoon. Kids are out of school, coming up to another intersection. This is Shoup Avenue, making a left here on Shoup, and again, picking up the pace. Now, Lieutenant, would officers try to block off some intersections so that they could, in fact, attempt a spike strip?
Yeah, at times they do hold cross traffic back. They won't block the path of the BMW, but they'll hold the cross traffic so it clears the intersections. But he's going so fast and making turns, it's hard to get ahead of him. The best hope is that, again, that he gets on the freeway so he doesn't have all the traffic coming at him and cross traffic, of course.
Yeah, this is just,
It sounds like this is the area that he's been, even with the van, that he keeps going around the same area. So chances are he lives or knows somebody in this area.
Going into what appears to be another gas station. I'm wondering if he's going to try to get another car. Perhaps that car didn't have a lot of gas. Maybe they were just getting there to fill up. It's so hard to see under these canopies, wondering what he's doing, if he's trying to get another car. There's that white unmarked SUV that is also pulled up at the gas station, monitoring the situation. You have to wonder if this, that looks like, they're walking up to that silver Infinity. I can't quite make out if there's anyone in there. You're hoping that everyone has shut their doors and they've locked their doors. They don't know why someone would just be walking up to them. But, you know, if you're not aware, you're just kind of minding your own business, getting ready to get out and pump some gas. So we're watching to see if he is, in fact, able to get to another car. We're hoping that it's hard to see what's happening under that canopy. But we do know that that white SUV is still there. And it looks like perhaps that officer is getting, is that the same? I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing now, Lieutenant. there was an unmarked. There is the unmarked white SUV. We see the numbers on the top. It does not appear that this person has left the area yet, unless they are getting back in that BMW. Yep, it looks like that BMW is back on the run. Looks like he was trying to get another car but was not able to, and you're wondering if maybe there wasn't a lot of gas in that car. He's up on the sidewalk trying to make a desperate attempt to get away. So you wonder if maybe that car is low on gas and that's why he was trying to get yet another car.
Yeah, we can hope that's the case. Yeah, it looked like he went up to that silver car and pulled on the car handle.
Someone in the roadway
the car
there.
was locked.
That road was closed, it looks like, for road work there, but he's going right through. That is Ventura Boulevard right now. Again, if you're just joining us, this white BMW is being driven by someone that police have been after since 8 o'clock this morning. A pursuit started at 8 o'clock this morning. It was a white van that had been stolen from Ventura County. And that driver then led police on more than a 5-hour chase. They called off the chase, just monitored this driver for quite some time. There was an accident involving a couple of LAPD officers, and they stopped it and then picked it back up. This driver was able to get out of that van after a spike strip actually flattened tires. And what I am hearing now is that it is a confirmed carjacking of this white BMW. Once they got to that gas station, my producer's telling me it is confirmed that they carjacked this white BMW. I'm wondering now if they actually showed a weapon. He's back at another gas station, another shell. I don't know if this is the same one. Oh, so close there. That white unmarked SUV almost got that BMW to stop, but he was able to get around that, and he keeps going to gas stations. So we're wondering if when he took this BMW, that person was just trying to get gas, and there is not a lot of gas in the car, and that is why he's trying to get yet another car. And driving at those high rates of speed probably didn't help his gas mileage here. We are watching as another cruiser is not far behind. This is on Ventura Boulevard in Woodland Hills. This car picking up speed, going close to 100 miles an hour. So fast on these surface streets. It's so dangerous. People just don't know this car is coming at such a high rate of speed. And this is certainly dangerous, going far too fast for them to put out a spike strip. Too fast for a pit maneuver. Looks like the driver again going back to another gas station. So this has got to be a sign. I'm wondering, that is not the same gas station where he left his van. It's hard to make out. This is okay. Looks like perhaps he's running inside. There's a cruiser right there. There is a van that's leaving, but I don't know if that is. Seems like it was too fast for him to jump into yet another van. But did he have enough time to get into that van? Is that possible? Because we are now seeing SkyCal monitoring this van. So this is another van?
Yeah,
everyone is.
Van. The other van would be in the police custody by now that they left at the gas station.
That was really fast. Yeah, that was a very, very fast change here in vehicles. But clearly that initial, that BMW did not have enough gas, is why we're guessing he wanted to get back to another gas station and then get another vehicle. And now he has managed to get into another white van. He was in a different white van when this started around 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County. He then carjacked a white BMW at a gas station. Quickly turned that one over into this white van, and you can see those cruisers are close behind. This is Topanga Canyon Boulevard and Ventura Boulevard, really a busy area. You can see a lot more cars out on the street here as we are watching this, really a desperate driver who is trying to get away. But we see those cruisers close behind, Lieutenant.
Yeah, it's hopefully, again, that this van is out of gas and they were desperate to get gas and he took it when it's low. But, if not, this is going to go on a while. Again, they're going to have to get spike strips on the van or do a pit maneuver. Hopefully in this area where he's making lots of turns, they can get close enough to do an intervention.
Yeah, And you were talking earlier when he was in the initial white van. Oh, you can see the gas cap still hanging out there. So perhaps they, didn't get the gas yet. Maybe they were just finishing up that fuel up. So the time will certainly tell. But he's getting on the 101 and moving at a higher rate of speed here. Definitely a desperate attempt to get away from officers. You were talking earlier, though, Lieutenant, that the size of the van would not prohibit them from actually doing a pit maneuver.
That's correct. It's still on a truck body or a car body, so the chassis is the same. If it's a big moving van or a bus or a semi-truck, they obviously can't do that. That's just too heavy of a vehicle. But this van, it would probably be very effective on this type of vehicle.
And it does look like this driver is trying to get up on the 101, did a quick, almost like a U-turn there, and is now getting right back up on the 101 northbound. This is not far from Canoga Avenue, and we all know the 101, it can be very busy. It is not quite 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, but, I've been on that 101 when there's lots of traffic at 2 o'clock, so we're going to see what happens here. But again, now this driver is heading back up into, north, and this all started in Ventura County. He is heading back in that same direction now, but certainly a desperate attempt to get away from officers.
Yes, and, the part of the units chasing them for an extended amount of time, it's not the same cars that are chasing them. So there's change of officers, there's change of units, so the equipment's fresh and the officers are fresh. Getting back on the freeway, they may relinquish this pursuit back to the CHP, and they can monitor and talk to the LAPD helicopter. So they'll have the CHP units that will basically hand this off as it goes through different areas. They don't keep the same person behind the suspect in the pursuit. It's just too fatiguing, and the emotions get a little too high. So they're very well aware of that and make sure they have fresh people working it.
Yes, and I'm wondering, do the stakes change, as far as like scaling back once a suspect has actually carjacked people? I mean, I haven't heard yet if there was a weapon that was shown in those carjackings, but does that change the way that officers will now handle the pursuit?
Yeah, the actual handling of the pursuit's the same, whether it's a stolen vehicle or an armed suspect. By now they would know if he is armed because of the carjackings. They will, he's committed more felonies, more egregious felonies. So, they may be a little more aggressive in getting him to stop. And if he gets out again to another car, hopefully they're close enough to intervene in that. So it's not another carjacking or worse.
Yes. And I know that a lot of times officers quickly say that it's a little, not that I'm saying it's not dangerous. A pursuit is always dangerous. But on the freeway, when everyone's heading in the same direction, you don't have the pedestrians to deal with, and you don't have those intersections. Everyone's heading in the same direction. So it's a little less dangerous that this pursuit is now on the 101.
Exactly. Everybody's going the same way. Cross traffic is low. They can block on ramps, so more traffic doesn't get on or more cars don't get on. But again, this is, if you're driving on the freeway, you got to pay attention to your mirror just as much as you're looking out ahead of you. You drive, looking forward and way ahead of the car that's in front of you. But you also need to glance up in the mirror and see if something's coming up on you fast or swerving in and out of traffic. It's driving defensively and to prevent any bad things from happening.
And Lieutenant, we just showed our viewers on the right side of the screen when he actually jumped into that van and took this second, actually the third vehicle. He pulled up, that van was sitting there, and he jumped right in, wasted no time, and drove off in this van. We were just watching that again. And, it's impossible to say if that person had even started to fill up the tank or if they were just getting there and were about to fill up the tank. But certainly a desperate attempt to get another vehicle. You're watching again the earlier events on the right side of your screen. What is live is on the right side of the screen, where this driver has really been just on the move for nearly 6 hours. This all started at 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County, and officers scaled back the chase, just monitored this driver and had to pick it back up. This driver got rid of the initial white van that they were in, carjacked the white BMW, then carjacked this white van, and is now on the 101, making their way back into the Ventura County area. They're at 101 in Lost Hills. So just, crossing into Ventura County again. We don't know if this is an area that this person is more familiar with. This is where it all started at 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County. But looks like trying to see if he's going to get off of the highway here at Lost Hills, or nope. Hard to say here. We're watching.
Just a very odd string of events for the whole day for it to be chasing the same person.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a pursuit like this where we're now in the third vehicle. It's almost hard to keep track because it's two white vans and that white BMW, but he is staying on the 101 and making his way back into Ventura County, where he started this about 6 hours ago. This is definitely an unusual pursuit that we have at least seen in recent years.
Definitely very odd. It looks like traffic's not too heavy for him, so he should be able to stay in a free lane without coming up on anybody too fast. Yeah,
you're just a little bit behind us. We're seeing him kind of weave through the traffic here. Yeah, it's not too bad right now on the 101. We all know that it can be a very different scene. Traffic, can pick up at any time of day on the 101, but he is quickly going past Chesbro in the Agora Hills area on the 101, making his way into the Ventura County area and sticking in the fast lane here, avoiding some of that traffic going now on in the center divide here on the 101. And this is a tough time because, no spike strips are happening here on the 101, no pit maneuver. You're just hoping that perhaps this van didn't get the gas that it needed when it was at that gas station before he took it from the gas station.
Yeah, it almost looked like when he got the van that a gentleman was walking away from the van to see what all the commotion was out in the street, walking toward the street, and then his van disappeared. So it appeared like he may have just pulled in there. Hopefully that's the case.
Exactly. And as you were mentioning earlier, when you stop and get gas, you do not want to leave your keys inside your vehicle. There is always that chance. You need to lock your car and take the keys with you so that this doesn't happen to you. I mean, this is, there was another pursuit earlier this morning, a similar situation. A truck was at a gas station, keys in it, and a suspect jumped in and took that truck. And now we've had 3 vehicles taken in this pursuit. Looks like he's getting off. This is on Reyes Adobe, right off the 101. This is in the Agora Hills area, making a left here on Reyes Adobe. And there is, he's going to come to a dead end here shortly on Agora Road, making another turn here, trying to get back onto the freeway, it appears. Oh, nope, passing that entrance, going across the 101 again. This is going to be a residential area if he keeps going. Nope, getting back on the 101, still heading north on the 101. I was wondering, there's gas stations in this area. I was wondering if he was going to try to get more gas. That exit has 3 gas stations right there. This isn't far from my own stomping grounds, Lieutenant, so I know about those gas stations right there off of Reyes Adobe. So now he's back on the 101, heading north towards, where this all began. I don't have an exact location. I only know that this all started at 8 o'clock in Ventura County, and he is back in the Ventura County area, moving well over 100 miles an hour heading north on the 101.
Yeah, I know. During part of the pursuit with LAPD, they had all the ground units cancel, and the helicopter just monitored the original van going through the area. And apparently they found it again and started this all over again. So, yeah, it's just very interesting why he's staying on the roadway when units aren't chasing him, as in earlier.
Yeah, and he's still going quite fast. 97 miles an hour is looking like what he's being clocked at right now. Again, he's going past the Westlake Boulevard area there. And still, traffic still pretty light on the 101 at this time, but it makes you wonder if he's trying to get back to an area that he is more familiar with. Perhaps he's going to try to ditch this van and make a run for it, get to a home, or, get away that way. But you can certainly see those cruisers are close behind, which is certainly a good thing, because a lot of times that's what alerts people that there is a pursuit that's actually happening, because they hear the sirens and see those lights, and they know that they need to be more aware, because this van is going so fast. They don't know. We see it's doing some lane changes, going about 95 miles an hour here on the 101. Lieutenant, did we lose you there? All right. Well, we are watching this pursuit. If you are just joining us in the 2 o'clock hour, we are watching this white van, and I want to catch you up. There was a pursuit that began around 8 o'clock this morning in Ventura County. It was a white van. That driver managed to get out of the first white van after spike strips caused 2 flat tires. He went, there's that spike strip going out. We're showing you that. As those tires flattened, you see there, this driver gets out, makes a run for it, goes to a gas station. We're watching here. We weren't sure what he was going to do, but he managed to get to a white BMW in this gas station. We watched there. It's hard to make out because of the canopy over the gas station, but he manages to jump into this white BMW and takes off. And now he drives his white BMW for some time, and then we see he goes to not one but 2 different gas stations and is eventually able to get into yet another white van, the one that he's in right now. You see it right here. There's the van. You see somebody standing behind that van. We don't know if that person is the van's owner, but it almost looks like that person's looking around to see, hey, what's going on? And the next thing you know, that van is taking off from the gas station. You see it there? And the officers are close behind. And then it brings us up to about now, another white van. This one, again, back in Ventura County on the 101 heading north. And we are watching it now. It looks as though the suspect, this is a live look right now, has gotten off. This is on North Moore Park Road. This is a very busy area. There was a shopping center right over here on the side, but the van is, looks like it's trying to, back up and get back, but they are blocking that van in right now. You see all of those units there just getting right to this suspect. This is a very busy area with a mall there, a shopping center. North Moore Park Road is just filled with stores, grocery stores, and shopping centers. So they were able to get to this driver. It will be more difficult for this driver to get out, but this is certainly a pursuit that's been going on for quite some time. We're hoping that we are seeing the end of this pursuit after more than 6 hours. It looks like he's got his hands out there. Both hands are out. Hopefully he's listening to instructions by those officers and will open up that door and follow the commands that they are giving him. We don't know if anybody else is in that van. It's been impossible to see if anybody was in that van when he took it from that last gas station. But we watch now as he takes off his jacket, puts his hands up, and now on his head, he's laying down. We don't know if the suspect has any type of weapon. We do know that he carjacked at least that white BMW. but we don't know if he used a weapon or if that person saw a weapon when that happened. But you can see all of those officers there on the left side of your screen with weapons drawn, giving him those instructions. He's laying there. This is the on-ramp of Moore Park Road, right there next to the northbound 101. They are now able to check him now for any type of weapons, and will be taking him into custody. But this has certainly been a wild pursuit lasting more than 6 hours. There was an accident around the chase at one point that involved some LAPD officers. They pulled way back on that chase. We're watching now again on the right side of your screen to see exactly what happened. It looked as though he was going to get back on the 101 North, and then those officers were close and were able to pin him in there. And we're watching there on the left side of your screen as officers are taking him. They will do probably another search of him to make sure that he does not have a weapon on him. He's got some loose-fitting clothes. So they will probably do a better search there, make sure that he does not have any type of weapon on him. Again, we do know that he carjacked at least that white BMW, but did not hear if he actually showed a weapon to anyone when he took that BMW or when he took either of those two white vans starting 6 hours ago this morning when he took the first one. That one was stolen. And then, of course, he took this van that we've been watching him in. You see officers still looking at that van, checking to see if anybody else is in it. They will search that van, and they will also search the suspect a little closer to make sure that he does not have any weapons on him. The right side there, just moments ago, when he was following those instructions, put his hands up, lay down on the ground, and now he is there by the car. You can see them putting him over that hood, and they will search him again to make sure that he does not have any weapons on him. Traffic now being stopped at this Moore Park Road is a very busy road. Again, as I mentioned, with lots of stores and restaurants, shopping center, and people are now not able to get on the 101. We can assume that this is going to be closed for quite some time. As they continue this investigation, they're going to have to search that van, see what's in there, and have that towed away, and traffic will be rerouted around this area for some time. But you can see again that suspect there in the white t-shirt up in front of that cruiser there as they are talking to him, and I'm sure searching him again for any type of weapon. This is in Thousand Oaks. They are walking him perhaps to another cruiser that will take him. They are talking to him and putting him in that car. Again, this is really the best case scenario, that they were able to get him before any major accidents happened. We do know that he was able to get into 3 different cars. And you have been watching breaking news here on KCAL. We will have more on this on KCAL News at 4 o'clock. For now, we're going to send you back to regularly scheduled programming.